What up, peeps? Y'all know who it is. Jake Torrance, a.k.a. Jake, a.k.a. Little Tony. I much prefer y'all call me Little Tony, a.k.a. Jakey. The Cobra back, Snakey. Hey, man, let's talk about the pressure of having and keeping your dream physique or just having a nice physique, period, man. Because it's a lot of pressure. Sometimes the pressure can come on from you, yourself, which a lot of times, and from others, man. Let's talk about the pressures of having and keeping a nice physique, man. First of all, when you finally build up, especially if you started from ground zero, or people you got gains after gains, and you know what I'm saying, you started building up and people notice the difference, and you finally start achieving the physique that you want. What's gonna happen is, in your mind, psychologically, you always gonna want to. It's an addiction. You always gonna want to do better. You always want to build that body to look better, and it's always gonna be this pace, this pressure that you put on yourself to get better. Right? It's an addiction. So if you mess around, my body, like if I miss a couple days, if I think about missing a couple days in the gym, on the days I'm supposed to go, my body is talking to me. The pressure, I got so much pressure on myself to get in there and get the job done. I completely understand. Working out ain't for everybody, y'all. And I completely understand. I highly recommend it for everybody, especially for older people, for keeping muscle. Because once you lose that muscle, when you get older, you lose everything, man. It's a proven fact. So to maintain that muscle, you must work out and do some weightlifting. I recommend it all the way up 70, 80, 90, as long as you live, just to maintain that muscle, right? But I see why people don't, because the pressure, like I can see a over obese person losing all the weight that they wanted to lose, right? Say a person wanted to lose 80 pounds, right? They lose the 80 pounds. They go from fat to muscle, right? However long it takes. They got on a serious, intense program, hey, months. If they got on the, just did it themselves or whatever, the right way, whatever way they did it, year and a half, 2 years, right? But when they finally reach this 80-pound, 100-pound goal, right, and they lose all this fat and this muscle, now it's this pressure on them to maintain this, to keep this physique, to keep the pounds off. Just like a bodybuilder, when he builds all the way up on the juice, man, on the steroids, and they use all these enhancements to build themselves up, right? Now, when the career is over, or if a shortened career due to blood work, do whatever, right? Now you got to come off the gear. The pressure that you put on yourself, just from looking in the mirror every day, it can be depressing, man. Looking in the mirror every day and watching your body deteriorate. Knowing that, hey, you might have been taking shortcuts. You is taking shortcuts if you're taking gear. But knowing that you can't take this gear no more for some reason, right? End of career, you retired, body, blood work back, whatever, right? Health reasons, now you're watching your body deteriorate. Not everybody's watching your body deteriorate. You had all this pressure on maintaining and keeping yourself nice looking and building up, getting bigger. Now this happened, or you got to stop. Now what's going to happen, bro, it's a depressing state, and I see it with a lot of people. That's why I've always maintained, and you can look at all my older pictures, man. I've never used steroids. I never used weightlifting gloves. I never used weight straps. I never used a weight belt. You look at this as a marathon and I've never fluctuated more than 15 to 20 pounds. And I went through a little process when I got down, and once I got to age when I slimmed down to this weight. I went through this process of people used to seeing me so big naturally, right? Because when you're young, you got all that testosterone and all this energy and shit, so you're gonna go harder, right? But I always had in the back of my mind, I'm never gonna go too heavy. I'm never gonna lift enough where I need a damn belt. You know what I'm saying? I just rep it out and slow the damn eccentrics down before I go throwing amounts of pounds on my back that's gonna put all the pressure on my disc and stuff like that, right? Always was thought about it the smart way. Since a young kid, even though I did a lot of exercises wrong, I thought this as a marathon, not as a 100-yard dash. Thank the Lord for that. But I see so many guys coming down off their damn gear, or so many people reach their fitness goals as far as losing weight, and then the pressure of maintaining that weight, the pressure of maintaining that physique, not only for you, but the pressure from other people. Believe this, let me tell you, when people see you gaining, few of them might mention it. Hey, he getting big. A lot of them gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people see it, might not even say nothing, right? They're gonna see your gains, right? Most won't mention it. But the minute that you start losing those gains, everybody is gonna remind you of the losses, of the muscle loss, and where you, hey man, look like you losing a couple pounds. Hey man, look like you getting smaller, which is psychological. Not only is pressure But it can be for a lot of guys who putting in that work and know what it takes to put in that work and know if they slacking on that work or know if they ain't been putting in that work. Man, let me tell you, now you got the pressure of what they saying and you got the pressure on yourself to get back right. That's why I've always recommended, and it's okay to go balls to the wall and go hard as you can and do as best you can and achieve no matter what. Naturally, enhance, we all YOLO, baby. You only got one life to live and it's your life. If you choose to make those choices, double salute, man. To who and every, but just know the repercussions that come with the shit. That's all I'm saying. And don't whine to me when that shit come back and full circle your ass. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear the shit. But what I'm also saying is the amount of pressure to keep those gains, the amount of pressure to keep that weight off, the amount of pressure to keep that physical, that physique going, man, it can be overwhelming at times, man. So you think that walking around having a nice physique and being buff, and I'm only 175 pounds, 180 pounds. I've been by 205, 210 in good shape. You know what I'm saying? I got up to about 220 in sloppy shape. You know what I'm saying? Just with the extra shit, the dirty bulking type shit. Didn't look good at 220 though. Good, real decent at like 208. When I start to look real kind, you can see my muscles and shredded. When I'm at the weight now, I'm at like 178, 170, you know, between 174 and 179. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the morning, shredded, looking great, right? But to maintain this weight, to maintain this look, you know what I'm saying? I could easily go astray. I could easily go the other way, man. If I let up, if I stop my diet, if I stop working out to the slightest bit. Y'all gotta realize I'm 50 years old, 50 plus years old. So y'all gotta realize my metabolism, if I don't keep that rapid and fast, if I don't keep eating right, I can easily go astray no matter how good your genetics is, right? So that's pressure on me to maintain, because you know the first thing, especially as me, as a personal trainer, a certified personal trainer, and a person who everybody knows to keep everybody in shape, man, if I fall off one bit, I'm going to hear from everybody. And when I drop from the 200 to these 180 pounds, boy, I heard everything under the sun. People just couldn't, they were so used to seeing me with more size and more muscle and bigger, a more unhealthier me. Boy, I heard I was on drugs. I heard I was sick. You're going to hear all this shit when you getting your shit together, man. And you're going to feel the pressure either way. Because this shit will make you either, like, I heard some shit, I was hearing shit like, I'm losing so weight. I remember went in the store one day and the girl told me, man, you used to make my panties wet every time she worked in the store. She said, you used to make my panties wet every time you come in. When I lost this weight, she said, she seen me big. She said, now you so skinny now. And I'm thinking like, I ain't living for you. The pressure of that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Of other people mentioning shit like this. The pressure from other people recognizing this shit could easily lead me or other people to be like, shit, fuck that. I'm going to pick these couple pounds up. I don't want people to thinking I'm smoking crack or I don't want to be looking like I'm sick. No, that ain't the case, bro. Don't never look how you want to look for them. Look how you want to look and live how you want to look for you, no matter at all costs, bro. And I had to learn that. The pressure was overwhelming when I was dropping weight back, dropping my weight back and getting lean and getting more healthy, man. I started juicing. I started doing more fasted cardio, which doesn't mean much just for stomach purposes. You know what I'm saying? But juicing, fasted cardio. I started going on a stricter diet. Form, lighten up the weight a whole bunch and went on form. And as people started seeing this, it was they didn't understand from me dropping all the weight, from becoming all that big, or B, it was starting to look too good to them to where they didn't want it. You're gonna get that type of pressure. The hate is gonna be real, bro. Let me tell you, you're gonna have guys, sometimes your friends, man, when you get in this type of shape, they watching. But most guys that ain't in shape, boy, you're gonna feel they immediately feel. I ain't gonna say most guys who insecure guys, right? Because most guys, a guy to see another guy in shape, that's respect, a sign of like immediate. You should show some type of respect, some type of want to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Or a guy that's out of shape. But at the same time, these guys see you in shape. These motherfuckers get mad as hell. Because the first thing they think about is they girl. And they girl wants you, because they know every girl likes a guy that's in shape, whether you like it or not. And believe it or not, every guy, I don't give a fuck if you're out of shape or not, bro, every guy wants to be in shape. Every guy wants to be. If you out of shape, that is not the best you, bro. If you walking around here, you know what I'm saying, you could have millions of dollars. You could have everything on your game plan and be fat and out of shape, and you're still not the best version of you, bro. When people see you walking around in shape, it's the best version. And don't ever have a couple dollars in your pocket, a job and shit going on for yourself, motion, bro. That is the best version of you. Spiritually too, man, it's over with. So what you gonna get is the pressure to knock you off either way. Either they gonna hate on your ass, or either they gonna tell you you look different to them. You don't, they like you the other way, right? And especially from some spouses or girlfriends. Man, I remember the time when my wife couldn't stand when I used to go outside with my shirt off. She didn't even want me to be going swimming and shit to the beach with my shirt off, let alone walking around to the goddamn store or something. I used to love to show off my physique. Hey man, ain't nobody gonna hire get no Benz, work hard and buy a motherfucking brand new BMW, right? And then park that motherfucking garage and never show nobody. Put in all the hard work to get to it and buy it, and then just leave it in the garage at all times, man. That's what I have to tell my wife. I'm popping this top, baby. A lot of times it's about, you know what I'm saying, showing off. It was back in the day, but for now it's just a factor like, hey, I feel good, I look good, and I'm up in age, so I'm gonna show this shit, man. I'm gonna show y'all that the hard work always pays off, but what I'm showing y'all the most, it ain't no pressure, man. I'm doing this shit. I'm maintaining my same size, my same physique. I've only fluctuated 20 pounds in this past 15 to 20 years, just up and down, maintaining, looking the same. And when I dropped a little bit, everybody said I look crazy, but I don't let the pressure get to me, man. I don't let the pressure of having ego lifting and seeing other guys lifting 225 for reps and killing it, but this guy got a big ass gut and can't lose it, but I don't let that pressure get to me no more, man. I just do what I can do as best as I can with the best form, make the weight match the movement, and there we go, baby. So remember this, man. My biggest advice to y'all, man, don't let the pressure get to you. Get your goal in mind. I don't care if you're on the juice. I don't care if you're off the juice. I don't care if you're gaining weight. I don't care if you're losing weight. Get your goal in mind, man. And then sometimes your goal might change years from on down. You might be like me. I used to want to be a bigger guy and maintain some size and muscle, you know what I'm saying? And still had a nice physique, like stomach area and all that shit. But it wasn't as nice as it is now when I dropped that weight. And I ain't as cut as I was back then. You can still see I got striations and shit. And I ain't even fucking, that's just off a great diet. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't let the pressure get to y'all, man. This is the biggest thing. It's going to be so much pressure of maintaining and keeping that physique, bro, that it's going to be overwhelming at times, especially on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, man. Don't be so hard on yourself when you lose a couple pounds, man, to go back in there and go crazy. Or don't be so hard on yourself when people say, hey, you look a little bit smaller, man. Don't let that pressure get to you, because that pressure right there don't bust a lot of pipes, man, in the past. A lot of people died behind that pressure. A lot of people got bad blood work and health problems behind that pressure. A lot of people did dumb shit behind that pressure on themselves and the pressure of others, man, of having and keeping a nice physique. Like, share, subscribe, follow, man. I just wanted to break that down to you. This shit ain't always peaches and cream, man. It's a lot to come with it. That's why I said I really double salute. Working out and staying in shape ain't for everybody. I highly recommend it. But man, hey man, it's a whole big ass world. Everybody ain't meant to be in shape, man. If the shit was easy, everybody would be doing it. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Let me tell you motherfuckers who I am, man. It's Shaky Shay.